Hey, good morning everyone. Just wanted to do a little quick highlight video of the orchid collection because I've got a few things in bud. This is my Cattleya loddigesii. I'm giving it one more chance to correct its deformed blooms before I get rid of it. Let's hope that it blooms out right. It's peloric and it's kind of got a splash petal, but the problem is it just doesn't fully open and it's been staying trumpet shaped, but um, I don't know if it could be a watering issue for me and some other things that I might have corrected, so let's hope for the best. I just repotted some of my orchids. I repotted my Cattleya mossii. You can see there's a bunch of sheaths on this guy. Um, yeah, I should have used a bigger pot, but that's all I had, and I've been meaning to get it into some clay, so that's nice. And then the monstrous Cattleya tigrina, I kind of wrangled and put some fishing line to tie it up and keep it a little tidier, but I got it. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I got this is exactly when you want to repot. So I only bought myself 1 year, but all of these roots are going to establish into this pot. So that's nice. My Cattleya trianae, maybe it's a blooming growth. I'd say these are mature growths. So I did a little rearrangement and I got this more under the light because I'm hoping that I can just get a little more energy to this guy, and I really, really want to see this bloom. It might not bloom till next year, but we'll see. And then it's kind of hard to see. Might be able to do it here. Yeah, it's too complicated for the focus. I'm hoping this is a new bloom for my Cattleya walkeriana. It sent out 3 or 4 dead end blooms, and I think I just need to adjust my light schedule or block out the dark in the late summer because my walkeriana has been trying to bloom for me at the end of August, and then it has another bloom a month later, and I want to get all of those blooms, and it's just not happening. So it's kind of tucked in there. My Cattleya percivaliana cerulean has 3 buds, which looks like the maximum that this can usually put out. I'm not sure what the flower count is, and then it's got another sheath with, I mean, hopefully it's another 2. These look like nice mature growths. You can see how happy it is and all of the thriving roots. I've got a sheath on my Cattleya violacea, but I don't know. I'm losing hope that it's gonna bloom. It's really shifted this bloom season ever since I had my little mishap with moving my orchid collection, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's adjusting back, but that's fine. I was thinking about getting rid of this plant, but it just has been growing so well for me, and it's getting giant. Like, look at, it's hard to get a good view. Look at this giant pseudo bulb, but it's got a giant new growth that could bloom, so be on the lookout. Its bloom season, I think, is in fall, so at least in this hemisphere. So yeah, the upper deck, I've done some rearrangement. I definitely need to move on from some of my orchids just because they're not giving me joy, as Marie Kondo would say. But we're gonna let this guy bloom out one more time, and then I'm thinking about selling my tetraploid to Greener because I definitely don't have room for two. Probably don't even have room for one. Everything down here is doing pretty good. I've got my Cattleya walkeriana seedlings. Some of them are establishing, some of them are laggards, but it's kind of what this whole process is anyway, is weeding out the ones that aren't very vigorous. Obviously it's nice to raise everyone, but I only want the best out of this generation. I've got a lot, obviously. This is in sheath. We'll see if this blooms. This is a really cool primary hybrid. I divided one of my walkerianas. We'll see how that does. It was just growing out of its pot and I didn't want to pot it up. My Cattleya Dowiana is kind of struggling. This one I might just toss. It's a remnant of the casualties of my moving snafu, but you'll notice there's a charcoal based potting mix in here, and I got that from a company and it was infested with some kind of mold, and some of my plants did okay with it, but I really don't have hardly any of the orchids left in it. I think this one and my Cattleya tenebrosa, and that's like, they all seem to struggle after a certain point. I don't know if there was toxins coming off of the charcoal, or it had some bad microbes on it, but I never really was able to overcome it. So everything that I potted in it has either died or I repotted, and then very few have come out on the other side. But here's some blooms, because we all like blooms. This is let's try and get it in focus. This is a Cattleya, or SLC Million Kiss. Really cool. Near semi-alba. I wouldn't call it, you can see on the, sorry, it doesn't want to focus. You can see there's just a little bit of blushing on the petals, but I've kind of moved away from hybrids, but I really like this guy. He's really cool. Just a cool orchid. And I can't wait until this thing is bigger and putting out a lot of blooms, because it'll just make an awesome display. And then let's see if I can show this one well. I've got a little change of pace. I've got a little Oncidium alliance, Lemboglossum rossii, so that's kind of a cool orchid. I really like Oncidium species orchids, and I got this one from Andy's Orchids at a local flower and garden show, and it was mounted and it wasn't loving it, and so I potted it up in some leca with the mount and put some sphagnum, and it's just taken off. So I think sort of these temperate Oncidiums do really well in my conditions, and maybe I'm stretching a little bit for the other ones, but anyway, I don't want to make a super long video. Got some new growths. This is kind of like the second wave that I get. Some of these might be blooming, some of these are just extra energy that the plants have. So anyway, Look at this guy one more time. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday, and I hope your orchids are growing well for you. See you later.